Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Moments with Me, the show where I talk about my personal experiences and my life stories. All right, everyone, welcome back for another great episode. In today's episode, I'm actually going to talk about something that I kind of went through a little recently. I kind of figured that it'd be good to open up about it, I guess, but also to kind of give you guys any reassurance that you guys might need to hear on this subject. Before I do that, though, I just want to say that if you haven't gone and listened to the last episode, I had my best buddies, Rahul and Paolo, on the show. So make sure you go and check out that episode if you haven't already. All right, without further ado, let's get straight into it. I'm going to be so honest. I had no idea what to do for this episode. I have an idea for the next couple episodes I'm going to do actually, but for this one, I wasn't really sure what I was going to talk about. So if you guys see that I didn't advertise this podcast, that's why. Because I honestly had no idea what to do. I didn't know what to talk about. I didn't know, like, I wasn't sure, to be honest. But recently, like a couple days ago, I had someone from my past try to reconnect with me. And I won't go into all the details here on the podcast, but I will say it's someone that had hurt me, and it's someone that I really trusted as a friend and I really cared about. And out of nowhere they went quiet on me. They ghosted me. And it hurt. It hurt big time. And I think for a while the weight that I was carrying was that I needed an apology. I needed reassurance. I needed all that stuff from this person. But I think by this person reaching out and it being kind of awkward and them not acknowledging the past or giving me an explanation or anything, I think it honestly gave me that clarity that I really needed. It made me realize that I don't need this person's approval to keep going. I don't need this person's apology to move on. And it took me a while to realize that. And it's crazy to think that it took me this long, but here I am. So I basically was messaging said person for a bit. And I think that I was messaging them because I was holding on to hope. I was hoping for an apology. I was hoping for an acknowledgement of the past, but it was just kind of like day after day, nothing. There was no acknowledgement, there was nothing. And it was just awkward with messaging. And it got to the point where I decided, like, if I'm not going to get what I want from this, if I'm not going to get an apology or an explanation or anything, I'm done. And let me tell you right now that that felt really good. That felt really good after being ghosted and everything. It felt really good to be the one to be like, hey, I'm going to keep my distance. And that's really how I put it in the message. I just said, hey, I'm going to keep my distance. But I did it in a nice way. I won't I won't quote what I said exactly, but I tried to say it in a really nice way. Basically in a nice way saying that I don't want to talk to them anymore. And it worked. Like today, I feel like I've been happier without said person. And also talking to some close friends of mine about the situation, it also really, really helped me out a lot. And to be honest, I feel relieved. I feel relieved that I'm not carrying this weight anymore. That I was able to give that closure, not for that person, but for myself. And now I can move on, I can keep going, and I'm not worried about it anymore. Like it's strange to me that I worried about this for so long, and now it's just off my plate. I feel refreshed. I feel renewed. I feel like I can take on the world. Now, I'm thankful that I got the closure, even if it wasn't exactly the one I wanted, it was the one I needed. And now I'm able to now move on. And it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. And it also goes to show that not everyone that shows up in your life is worth your time and effort. Like I said, I feel like there's such a weight off my shoulders now, and now I can move on, and I'm going to move on. And I think that this is the step in the right direction. This is the healing that I've been needing to do for so long, and I finally get to do it in this episode. And I know this is probably going to be a shorter one, but I wanted to have an episode where I talked about this because this is part of, with this podcast, one of the things I wanted to do is to become the best version of myself and heal from everything. And this is definitely a step in the right direction. And I feel like I'm heading down that road, and I'm ready, man. I'm ready. And it feels really, really good that I'm getting to do this. My key takeaway from this episode is just to not let anyone hold you back, and that not everyone that shows up in your life is worth your time and worth your effort, because you deserve the best. If someone has hurt you and they're not at least willing to acknowledge the pain that they brought you, or anything like that, they're not worth it. They're not worth it. And I want to take this time too to thank everybody that has talked to me about it and has reached out to me and helped me and supported me along the way, because it really does mean a lot. So thank you guys. For the ones that are listening right now, thank you very much for that. Well, everyone, I think that's all the time that I have for this episode. So if you liked it, please make sure you like and subscribe. And also, I forgot to mention at the beginning of this episode that I'm doing a thing where you guys can comment questions that you have for me, and I'm going to answer them in my birthday episode, which will come out on February 11th. So make sure you guys comment any questions that you have for me in the comments down below. And with all that being said, I will see you guys next time.